Have you ever wondered why your grandma can recall every detail from her childhood, while your neighbor, who's the same age, sometimes struggles to remember what he had for breakfast? It's a question many of us have. Why do some seniors seem to keep their memories sharp as a tack, while others experience a much faster decline? It's a complex puzzle, and today we're going to piece it together. Let's start by busting a big myth. Getting older doesn't automatically mean losing your memory. While some cognitive changes are a normal part of aging, severe memory loss is not. So, what are the real factors at play? Think of your brain like a high-performance engine. For it to run smoothly, it needs the right fuel, regular maintenance, and a good driver. The differences we see in memory decline among seniors often come down to a combination of genetics, lifestyle, and environment. First up, let's talk about genetics. Our DNA plays a significant role in our brain health. You might have heard of the APOE gene. One version of this gene, called APOE4, is known to increase the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. People who inherit this gene from one or both parents may be more susceptible to the amyloid plaques and tau tangles that are hallmarks of the disease. However, and this is a huge however, genes are not your destiny. Having the APOE4 gene doesn't guarantee you'll get Alzheimer's, just as not having it doesn't make you immune. It's simply one piece of a much larger puzzle. Think of it as having a genetic predisposition, not a life sentence. Now let's move on to something we have much more control over: lifestyle. This is where things get really interesting. Our daily habits have a profound impact on our brain's health and resilience. Let's break down the most crucial lifestyle factors. First, physical activity. You've heard it a million times. What's good for the heart is good for the brain. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, delivering essential oxygen and nutrients. It also promotes the growth of new neurons and connections between them, a process called neurogenesis. Studies have shown that seniors who engage in regular physical activity, whether it's brisk walking, swimming, or even gardening, have better cognitive function and a lower risk of dementia. Even just 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week can make a huge difference. It's never too late to start moving. Next is diet. The food we eat is literally the fuel for our brain. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, like the Mediterranean diet, has been consistently linked to better brain health. These foods are packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that protect brain cells from damage. On the flip side, a diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can promote inflammation and oxidative stress, which are detrimental to brain health. So, think colorful plates filled with brain-boosting foods like blueberries, leafy greens, fatty fish like salmon, and nuts. Then there's mental stimulation. Your brain is a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Engaging in mentally challenging activities helps build what's called a cognitive reserve. This is like a backup system for your brain. The more connections you have, the more resilient your brain is to damage. So, what counts as mental stimulation? It could be anything from learning a new language or musical instrument to doing crossword puzzles, playing strategy games like chess, or even reading a challenging book. The key is to keep learning and trying new things that push you out of your comfort zone. Let's not forget the power of social connection. We are social creatures, and meaningful relationships are vital for our well-being, including our brain health. Loneliness and social isolation have been linked to a higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Interacting with others stimulates our brains in unique ways, challenges our thinking, and provides emotional support, which helps reduce stress. Joining a club, volunteering, or simply making regular plans with friends and family can keep your brain engaged and healthy. Sleep is another non-negotiable pillar of brain health. While we sleep, our brain is hard at work. It's clearing out toxins that build up during the day, including beta amyloid, the protein associated with Alzheimer's. It's also consolidating memories, moving them from short-term to long-term storage. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts these crucial processes, impairing memory and increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night is one of the best things you can do for your brain. Beyond these core lifestyle factors, our overall health plays a critical role. Chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and obesity can all damage blood vessels, including those in the brain. This can lead to what's known as vascular dementia, the second most common type of dementia after Alzheimer's. Managing these conditions through medication, diet, and exercise is essential for protecting your cognitive health as you age. It's all connected. A healthy body really does support a healthy mind. Now, let's touch on the environment. Where we live and the stressors we face can also impact our brain. Exposure to air pollution, for example, has been linked to an increased risk of dementia. On the other hand, access to green spaces, safe places to walk, and a supportive community can promote both physical and mental well-being. Chronic stress is another major culprit. When we're constantly stressed, our body produces high levels of the hormone cortisol, which over time can damage the hippocampus, a key area of the brain for memory and learning. Finding healthy ways to manage stress, like mindfulness, meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature, is crucial. Let's also consider education and occupation. Research has shown that people with more years of formal education and those who have had mentally demanding jobs tend to have a lower risk of dementia. This goes back to the idea of cognitive reserve. These experiences build a stronger, more connected brain that can better withstand the changes that come with aging. But again, it's never too late. Lifelong learning at any age contributes to this reserve. So, to bring it all together, the rate at which a senior's memory declines is not a matter of luck. It's a complex interplay of our genetic blueprint and, perhaps more importantly, the choices we make every single day. While we can't change our genes, we have tremendous power over our lifestyle. Think of two people with a similar genetic risk. One leads a sedentary life, eats a poor diet, is socially isolated, and doesn't challenge their mind. The other stays active, eats a brain-healthy diet, maintains strong social ties, and is always learning something new. It's not hard to see which person is building a more resilient brain, one that's better equipped to fight off age-related decline. The good news in all of this is that the power to protect our memory is largely in our hands. It's about making small, consistent choices every day. It's about choosing the stairs instead of the elevator, adding a side of spinach to your meal, calling a friend instead of scrolling through social media, and picking up a puzzle instead of just watching TV. These small actions compound over time, building a stronger, healthier, and more resilient brain. If you are concerned about your own memory or that of a loved one, it's always best to speak with a healthcare professional. They can help rule out other potential causes of memory problems, like vitamin deficiencies, thyroid issues, or side effects from medication, and provide personalized guidance. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength. The journey of aging is different for everyone, but the path to a healthier brain is one we can all walk. By understanding the factors that influence memory, we can empower ourselves and our loved ones to live longer, healthier, and more memorable lives. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on health and wellness. Let us know in the comments what you do to keep your mind sharp. Stay curious, stay active, and we'll see you in the next video.